For it is indeed that time again. It's This Week in Warhammer! Got a paintbrush. I don't know why. There's a paintbrush on my desk and I can't put it down. I can't just have a paintbrush on my desk and not play with it. This one is, you know what? It's not super relevant to me. I am not a warbands kind of person. I'm very interested in the 40k, and to a certain extent 30k, but more lore-wise than gameplay-wise. But yeah, like this kind of stuff, I'm not sure how much it interests me, but nonetheless, I think it's quite interesting to talk about. Just like the Space Marines, everything below will be available to pre-order for 2 weeks. Is this a new habit of theirs? Because usually it's like a 1-week pre-order. Has their warehouse gotten so funny that now they have to do it like this? But yes, we have Warhammer Underworld's Death Gorge. I don't know what precisely to say about this one. All I can say is that's an octopus. I don't know what this is, but I need to find out. I want to know. Yeah, I tried the miniature game version of this. Well, not the miniature game, the video game version of this, and I did not understand it. And I don't know if it's worth me going back and trying desperately to understand it, because it does kind of seem like a cool little skirmish board game. As I said, I'm primarily interested in the larger battles and having armies and stuff, but, like, I don't know, I'm kind of curious about these. In the icy depths of the Death Gorge, a network of frozen tunnels and caves that has entombed untold treasure. Yeah, but who's fighting? The Cyrenes Razors and the Tricefold Discord are locked in bitter battle. Yep, okay, cool. I have no idea how to say that word. But yeah, you can also have the Warhammer Underworld starter set, which is just skeletons and Age of Sigmar Space Marines. At least I actually know what these guys are. So we go from Death Gorge into the Ogre Gorges. Lots of gorging today. Again, I don't know enough about this game to super comment on it. Well, I don't know enough about these things to have any intelligent comments on it. But these things look creepy as fuck. I don't know anything about these two game systems, but I have seen Warcry quite a bit, and I am semi-tempted to look at it. Because, I mean, the Warcry kill teams, let's face it, that's what it is. It's Age of Sigmar kill team. They do look kind of interesting, and I'm not going to lie, I love the monkeys. They're just such big, angry-looking monkeys. Just hanging out with orcs. And just like, okay. Cool. Okay, now this one is cool. This I kind of love. Mainly because ginger dwarves. You've got to love them. And also, a baby Magmadroth. Look at him. Look at him. He so cute. I want 3. Fuck, I want all of them. I want to be a fire slayer. Scenery? Is it nice scenery? Is this returning scenery? Is this something that was, like, in other things? The ruins of the Iokote, scattered throughout Gnar Woods. I assume this is literally just extra stuff, because it doesn't seem to be saying that it's returning from anything. Okay, extra scenery. Maybe this is relevant to someone. Maybe someone recognizes it. I don't know this game well enough. We can now go to Age of Sigmar, or the Age of Sigmar warband. Is this the same thing? Are these warbands that you use in Warcry, or a warband something entirely different and unconnected? And again, monkeys! What did GW have with monkeys in their skirmish games? I don't understand. So, like, are warbands for Warcry, or are they for Underworlds? I don't know. Either way, monkey. I love that one. Is there going to be another monkey in here? Kind of hoping there's going to be another monkey in here somewhere. I mean, these guys look kind of cool. I'm not the biggest fan of just the aesthetics of these orcs. Like, I love the Ard Boys. The Ard Boys look great, but these ones, they're just kind of, I don't know, they're too lanky for my liking. Got some big chunky corn guys. That guy's looking a little bit too religiously Aztec. I've seen all of these models before, actually. I've seen these guys before. I'm enjoying the fact that you can that you can enjoy corn and pizza rolls. So that's reassuring. Okay, we've got dogs. So some kind of Inquisitors? Witch hunters? I am uneducated, as I said. Animals definitely seem to be a theme, though. Speaking of which, Skaven team, looking very Skaven-y. I actually quite like the look of those. Zombies? I don't know. These Blight Lords? These some kind of undead? Because this guy looks distinctly 40k. Like, this guy looks like a 40k character. Eldar, but edgier? Dark Elves? Or whatever they're calling them now, I assume. I don't know. Again, we have the Age of Sigmar Space Marines and their pets, because pets are a big thing in warbands. And that's all of them. That's the one we're ending on. The warbands are for Underworlds, aren't they? It literally says it right there. Originally released for Warhammer Underworlds, these warbands all have rules in Warhammer Age of Sigmar and are getting a standalone release in grey plastic without their cards. Oh, they actually have the names of them. The warbands are from the Gore-Chosen of Drom, Hexbane's Hunters, which I assume's the Inquisitor-looking people, the Shadeborn, which has to be the Edgies, right? It has to be the edgy elves. Black Powder Buccaneers? Ooh, no. Now you've lost me. I don't know. The Cunning Crew. Oh, gee, I wonder which one the Cunning Crew is. We've got Skittershank's Claw Pack. You know who that is. The Exiled Dead. I know which one those are. And Zandia's Truth Seekers, which I can only assume is our lovely golden friends. White Dwarf. Sure that's exciting to someone. Now this guy, look at him. This guy's kind of great. Kiroth Krakeneye. I've read his rule. It's wonderful. In a world of bone-crunching tacklers and tightly defended cages, sometimes the key to scoring is one extremely fast, pointy-eared pirate. Kiroth Krakeneye is a skilled runner who once per game can squirt black ink and fully remove one player's tackle zone, leaving opposing players grasping at thin air as his sea dragon cloak flutters behind him. I'm sorry, that's awesome. And I am going to be disgusted in anyone who does this rule and does not immediately make the Zoidberg noise as they run up the field past their opponents. I'm sorry. If you're not doing that, you're doing it wrong. Like, I now want an elf team just so I can get this guy because this looks fucking awesome, frankly. I like the sound of that. More Fire Slayers. I don't know this series. Is this actually a series? Legend of the Doomseeker? Because this guy's like a big main character, right? I am not up to date on my Age of Sigmar lore at all. I am still desperately trying to catch up with Horus Heresy lore. Now, this I'm genuinely interested in giving a look, because it's a collection of crime stories, and they all seem to be centered in a single city. So if it's a whole bunch of different authors with a whole bunch of different crime stories in one book, talking about one city, that actually sounds kind of awesome. Like, I am very, very interested in this book. You can get Lord of the End Times in audiobook only, so I don't know if they've already released this as a book, and it's just coming back now as an audio, but we now have the Bandai Blood Angels Assault Intercessor. Is Bandai doing a completely separate run, and they've done stuff before, or is this a replacement for the McFarlane ones? We've got some of the McFarlane ones. I don't know if this is them doing a new one. Like, if this is Bandai replacing McFarlane because they just made a new deal with them. Or if the Bandai ones are like, just every now and then we're going to get Bandai to do one. As it's got to be said, the fact that there's actually shading on the armor, and there's different colors and stuff, it looks more intelligently painted. The McFarlane ones are very flat and very simple, which is fine. I don't care about that. I've got a bunch of them right there, and I really don't mind the flat colors. It's just like, it's an action figure. It's not a miniature. If you want it to have those, you paint it. But yeah, I don't know if this is a replacement or just like an every now and then thing. You know what I mean? Finally, moving on to Warhammer Plus, that thing that no one is buying. Like, seriously, how many people actually pay for Warhammer Plus? How many people? Realistically. Like, it's a shame, but like, surely most of this stuff you can find on YouTube for free. You know what I mean? Realistically, how many people are actually using Warhammer Plus? I'm semi-tempted to, just for the actual having an army builder on there. But I refuse to pay for that out of principle of the Age of Sigmar one is free. You can forge an Age of Sigmar army for free. I am not paying you for the 40k one. Stop it. Otherwise, interesting lore section. Interesting carapace painting. I don't want to watch it, but it's kind of cool if you want to know how they do carapaces. So in conclusion, this is the only thing I'm particularly interested in. Personally, just saying. Actually, no, I kind of want this guy. I like Blood Bowl. I'd like to play more Blood Bowl. I want to play more Blood Bowl. That's the takeaway from this week in Warhammer. I want to play more Blood Bowl.